If you never experienced a GI broom, have fun with that. But those are about the Fab Five. If you have symptoms, sometimes you have to put yourself on Parasite M again. I would use Parasite M or a formula similar to that as a controller of fungi, if you will. And I urge you too. If you're getting moles growing back, maybe I took you off Parasite M and you really felt better on it. Maybe you need to revisit that one. I don't know. You know, it sounds like you're like a rubber band you pull back, and this time it's not as far back or something. But we'll talk about it when I talk to you again. But anyway, that'd be the 5 formulas I would go after, the Fab 5, Fab 4 to 5 in that area. That's going to generally reach everywhere in the human body and fix it, no matter if it's a hepatic or liver problem, a pancreatic problem, a lung problem, doesn't matter. You know, you can use the Heal All teas and 3 lung teas to break things up and stuff. I sure hope this is recording. I don't have anybody here to help me, so praise God, I hope that's recording. I'd hate to sit here 3 hours and not record it. This is C1 SC Ohm. Hi, Doc Morris. I forgot to ask you about chapped lips. Yeah, same thing. No matter what I do, eat or drink, I cannot get rid of that. Well, this all is moving lymph. If you feel under here, see if your lymph nodes are swollen. But this is all about moving lymphs, moving lymphs, moving lymphs, moving lymphs. Right down the axillaries, out the kidneys. So this is all about getting the lymphs moving. But do work on that transverse colon. I mean, work on that gut, that GI tract. Don't forget that, because that's going to be a little bit of a hindrance. If this is your eye, definitely work on lymph, 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 lymph. Holy moly. If this is a left eye, there's a left kidney sitting up there going, owie. Hard to tell if this is a left eye or a right eye. It looks to me like a right eye, but hard to tell. If it's a left eye, you got a pretty good prolapsus here of the sigmoid flexure and you know, problems with the sigmoid bowel, and that would be a kidney weakness. If it is the right eye, you still got a little kidney going on, but you got a right leg or groin that's not very happy at all. Then the hip, the pancreas, the gallbladder. Shall I go on? No. Yeah, so go after that. I've been in fruits and veggies now about a month and a half. My fruit diet consists of bananas, all kinds of berries. I get papaya. I bought some nice papaya this morning. I'm anxious to try it. I'm not one for papaya, but I'm gonna stab at this one. Apples, lemons, grapes. Regarding veggies, all greens I can get. I also drink a lot of green juices. Also, sometimes some cooked brown rice, pink beans, or lentils. Those are the only grains I eat. Steamed or boiled potatoes with carrots. I mean, I quit the meats and dairies and all. Well, I think you're doing pretty good. I really do. Now, there's a time where you want to kick it up another notch and dig deeper into that lymph, because if your chapped lips isn't disappearing, your acids aren't disappearing up in the head area. So you really want to move lymph. You're on a good diet, or just to sustain yourself. I mean, that's probably a real good diet for most people. But you want to dig deeper, so you're going to have to get rid of the lentils and beans and rice. At times, you know, really get up there on an all-grape diet or something, really push that through. I drink enough water and also get hydrated by the fruits. Any hint? Yeah, cool dog of yours. Coco, thank you, my friend. Yeah, dig a little deeper. You know, there's times you're going to have to come off of that. It's going to have to get a little firmer and get that lymph moving a little more aggressive, and then come back and, you know, revisit those higher levels. But when you still have a symptom of any kind that's of a drying nature, cracking nature, pain nature, swelling nature, that you know is an acid nature, you're not getting it. So you just have to dig deeper. That's the only way I can describe that, is dig deeper into the human body, lymphatically speaking, and really keep moving that. And it'll push you up toward fasting at times. Remember, those are the areas, I mean, just a fruit diet should really be the reality of the Homo sapiens species, just in a reality diet, just as a way of life. Diets, the word has been drug through the mud pretty good. But as a way of life, we should be frugivorish, even though we might have some vegetables or veggie fruits or whatever. But that should be our main focus. So having some lentils and brown rice, okay, no big deal. But in terms of moving lymph, it could just be enough to step you back a little bit. So I would do those at night and then tear it up through the day and see if that'll get it a little more. If not, I'm going to have to spend some time off of those and dig a little deeper and then come back and go back and forth. Normally, that would be a great diet to sustain someone. But in terms of moving lymph, it can be just enough to not dig deeper for you. Really, that's why this is an art. Because you watch things like this. So kick it up for yourself. Lay off of those things, the brown rice and the lentils and the meat, just for a little while. Kick it up another notch and see how well you do. You can always cheat or go back to using those now and then. Nordidlist. Hey, dear one. Once the herb formulas are set in hot water to remove the alcohol, where can they be stored? I put them in the refrigerator. I would. Yes, dear one. I really would, sweetheart. I put them in the refrigerator after you burn the alcohol, because the alcohol just not is a preservative. And I've always thought, like a 50-year-old tawny port. Whew, that would be good. I opened up some 20-year-old tawny port last night. I didn't even have a sip of it, but I had a friend over and she likes tawny port. But boy, it gives me a headache. But boy, this is Anna Maria 2979. Dr. Morse, what plant would you put in your bedroom? Philodendron. Also generally in your house, philodendrons. Thank you, sweetheart. You're a sweetheart and a blessing to life. And I love your little doggy. Your little doggy. But philodendrons, as a rule, the hanging ones with the correlated reefs, where you leaves on it. Anything like that absorbs a lot of the toxins of the house and stuff, and so even radon, I think. But yes, definitely the philodendron family. But I love a lot of live plants in the house. Problem, of course, is all the the fact that all things eat and poop, including plants. But I always have philodendron in my home, always. Hi, Dr. Morse. I am new to your channel. Welcome. But now to the message you are working so hard to share. I love your energy and your obvious dedication to helping as many people as possible. I was wondering what you think of rebounders. I have used mine daily for many years, doing a health bounce to help keep the lymphatic system moving, along with the many excellent herbs. Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you. This is Natural Health 3. Well, I've said this many times, and I think a lot of you are seeing that now, that if you're filtering from the kidneys and you see sediment, it doesn't matter how much rebounding or activity you're doing, because all the acids you're creating are leaving. But for rebounding alone to make kidneys perform better and increase adrenal function, I don't see that happening. It's kind of like physical therapy. If obviously in a very sedentary position, lymph isn't going, especially if you're not filtering. Lymph is not going to filter well, and you're going to get stiff and sore from it backing up. So little activity moves it, but it doesn't move it far. So that's where, and the same thing with massage. It doesn't move it far. It doesn't force filtration. It doesn't allow the adrenals to increase neurotransmitters. It doesn't increase kidney performance, and I think that's what we're looking for, is to do that at least simultaneously when you're rebounding. If you're having lymphatic problems and you're feeling stiffness and pain, I would use the rest syndrome first. I would actually take the fasting approach in terms of the resting side of fasting, and then do my fruits and stuff on that, and allow the chemistry of my fruits and herbs to do my rebounding for me. That's the key. And the same foods and herbs work on the filtration issues. And that way you'll get everything filtering, and then you can kick it up another notch. Depending on how fast you get stiff when you exercise. How fast do you get stiff? How fast do you hurt? That determines how much you should or shouldn't do activity or strenuous activity. Now, rebounding isn't strenuous activity, but at the same time, not going to force things to happen. I think that filtration issues can get kicked up with chemistry better. Owen, my man, post 3. What you think of making one's own tea from hawthorn berries, leaves, and stem? Yeah. I tried to make, I wanted to make some hawthorn berry syrup. Unfortunately, you cook the holy crap out of the hawthorn berries to get hawthorn berry syrup. I mean, it's like canning. You literally cook the crap out of this food, and basically you don't have any nutrients left. However, the power of God comes through, and there's still some nutritive power, some medicinal healing power of these herbs after they're cooked. Oh, my God, how beautiful is that? Jesus, they take a beating and a licking and keep on ticking. The power of God. Thank you, Owen. Hope you're doing well, my good friend. Just want to be sure I've got this. When Dr. Morse says to move those limbs, he means eating fruit. I mean eating fruit. Get on the herbs for the lymph, get the kidneys and adrenals up, clean the bowels out. That's moving lymph. So moving lymph. Work on your kidneys, work on your adrenal glands, work on the lymph itself with the lymphatic herbs and the fruits and the berries and the melons, and get in that gut tissue. That's moving lymph. Absolutely. Melissa James, 4164. Hey, dear one. Gotta love that little smile of yours, dear. Severe skin condition, was born with eczema. Look at the skin problems we're having here. I can see you also have a little bit of a weak skin, dear one. Get that parathyroid up. I can see that in you, dear. Doc, I was born with eczema, or so they say. In the last 3 years, I have gained over 60 pounds. From them keeping me on steroids. Honey, look, you know the gig now, right? You know, these guys have slammed your adrenal glands, which now is going to make everything even worse. So get on your adrenal glands. Go after that. You might want to use the herbal adrenal formula and the desiccated glandular or adrenal glandular of some sort. Really get in and start loving on those adrenals and convince them to get there working right on up there. I have pictures of how my face, arms, neck, etc. will do. My face gets swollen and red. Look, go after your bowels. You're malabsorbed a little bit. I see it in you, honey. So get your gut cleaned up. This is a big part of your problem right here. Get into that GI tract. Get that cleaned up there. That'll also get those kidneys filtering. That's really key here. That'll pull all that lymph out of that face. It'll quit swelling. You got to do this. I mean, you got to do this. And red like I've been in a tanning bed. That's acids. You're burning from the inside out, dear one. I'll peel off all different parts of my body. Absolutely. Acids are burning you up, destroying your skin. It itches severely, kind of like a vaginal yeast infection. Absolutely. Acids burn, and fungus and all this other stuff. Absolutely, dear. But the problem is not in my female. Well, it doesn't have to be in the female parts. It can be everywhere else. Same causative problem. Location. Now that's pretty simple. But if you look at it that way, you always find your remedy there, and you'll have a way out. If not, then you're treating all these different symptoms there. My whole body itches and unbearable at times. Absolutely. Well, you really want to kick up detox. Methotrexate. They can't hardly get methotrexate anymore. Isn't that something? How interesting. No, so what they've happened, Melissa James. Don't get upset, but they've been suppressing your lymph system all these years. So